Glock tug, big t-shirt, Billie Eilish. What's good, everyone? It's Adam from Armani. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're gonna go ahead and break down Armani White's Billie Eilish, remade in Logic Pro. So let's get to it. So we're gonna start off at the top of the track over here and start off with that sample that the producer of this track, July, the producer, used in this record. Now the sample is NORE's Nothing, which was originally produced by the Neptunes, so Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo. Classic Neptune sound in this one. But I figured we could go ahead and just break this down and remake it in Logic Pro from scratch. So I didn't take the sample from NORE's Nothing or NORE's. And this is what it sounds like as a whole. So let's start off with the sort of percussion element of the sample. It's this over here. So we have this clanky type of sound that's sort of layered here. That's the pattern. And then we get like a Congo rhythm pattern happening here. And it's this three tracks over here. So once again, that rhythm pattern sounds like this. And then we get into that flute sound. For the most part, the sound is found under World, Woodwinds, and the preset is called Indian Bansuri Flute. The only thing I had to do to the sample here to make it sound more like the one in the track is bring down the filter a little bit and add in some portamento to the sound so that the notes glide into each other. So I just turned the mode to legato, put up the glide to about 20 milliseconds, and the notes are gliding into each other. Now to layer that up, I took another instance of another type of flute over here called the Native American flute, just to give it a little bit more of a texture to the sound. Layer it up. And then we have this low sort of and that I'm using the Indian Chennai oboe preset in Logic Pro. So as the bus track as a whole, I just did some processes on it as well. We started off with an EQ just to take out some of the low end here. Took out a little bit of top end just to kind of make that a little bit tighter and more narrow. Next, what I did here was I brought in a bit crusher to add in some of that gritty sound that you heard in the original track. Just so it's not so clean. Then I brought in an exciter just to sort of pull out the sound a little bit more. It's subtle, but it's pulling it out just a little bit. And then I brought in the utility gain plugin over here in Logic and just turned on mono so that it's basically a mono signal. It's just coming down the middle. So I just replicated that by just turning on mono over here using the gain plugin. Otherwise, it'd be a wider sound. All right, moving on to the next section of the track, we get in some more modern sounding drums, and it sounds like this. All right, so let's start off with the clap. Pattern is simple on the 2s and 4s. Then we have the open hat over here, or two sets of open hat. It's the exact same open hat, and they go like this. So the first open hat is just sort of made to be a quick, snappy open hat. So just to do that, you just pull out the ending point of the sample, and you just bring it to a nice point, which you think is right. And then on the second open hat over here, it's just fully open, and you get the full sample. And then from there, we have this hi-hat pattern, basic two-step pattern. And then we have an 808. So there are two 808 patterns in this track. This is one of them. We'll get to the other one in a moment. And then just to layer up that 808, just to make it a little bit more punchy, we bring in a kick that just layers up that 808. And altogether, that section sounds like this. All right, moving on into the next change up. So that sample right there, there's really nothing much to it. You're just taking this section over here. You're bouncing that in place, and then you're pitching it down 1 full octave. And you get that. And then layered with that is the same drums from before. Except this new hit over here. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this is the second 808 pattern over here. Right over here. And other than that, that's pretty much the track. It just loops itself, and there's a lot of like ins and out points of this track, a lot of stops, a lot of goes. But other than that, it's just arrangement. That's pretty much the foundation to the track. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and listen to the entire track remade in Logic Pro, Armani White's Billie Eilish. Let's go. So that right there is the remake to Armani White's Billie Eilish remade in Logic Pro. For your Logic users out there, I will place this entire session for you guys. Place it as a downloadable link down below this video. If you don't use Logic, I got your back as well. I'm going to go and export all of the MIDI stems, audio stems, and include the drum kit as well that you heard in this remake. That playback will be down below the video as well. Super crazy track, super popular over on TikTok. Really fun to remake this one. And it's kind of interesting to see how producers are now sampling songs sort of from my childhood, and songs that I used to listen to are kind of being sampled into today's music. Kind of crazy. The Neptunes, Timbaland, Stargate, all these producers were pretty much the producers that I looked up to and why I got into music, and it's kind of cool to see their classics being remade today. But other than that, let me know what you think about the remake down in the comment section below this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you learned something new, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.